Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chanel B. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, baby. Okay, so let me just tell you, I cannot believe, I've never done anything like this, okay? I cannot believe that I literally, let me bring my laptop over, that I've literally sat here and recomp my entire body in 8 weeks. Y'all gotta understand, I am a girl, I used to be an athlete in middle school, all throughout high school, and even some in college. And I've always had the working out down pat, but the eating, girl, I would go to cheerleading practice or my track practice, and child, I would have had a whole McDonald's meal. I know that's not good, but I would have had a whole McDonald's meal before practice in high school or middle school. So my eating has not always been up to par. But as I gotten older and now we're in this skinny top era, right? Where everybody's taking Ozempic, everybody's taking Mounjaro because everybody wants to be skinny. Nobody wants to be healthy. I should tweet that somewhere, okay? And I just realized before this even became a thing or before this even got as big as it is right now, present day, I realized that I have been on every single diet you can think of, okay? And I just didn't want to do that no more. Like, I was over it. I'm 35 years old. Honey, the clock is ticking. I'd rather be healthy and do it the hard, long way than to try to do it the fast way, because I've already done it the fast way for many decades and it has not worked for me. So that is really what struck the fire or lit the fire underneath me to research recomping my body, which is to lose fat and to also build muscle. Listen, when I tell you it is the best thing I could have ever done, and I've done it for 8 weeks and I am complete with the 8 weeks, and we're gonna talk about how I'm gonna move forward because we're gonna go and do it again. So I got some tips and tricks for you. I feel like these tips and tricks are for anybody who needs to lose like anywhere between 60 pounds or up. That's a lot of weight to have lost the way that I'm doing it, which is the natural way. I'm not taking any pills. I'm not doing any shots. I'm not on any like keto diet or anything like that. If you want to recomp your body and you're a bigger girl, this video is going to be for you because I don't care what nobody say. The rules remain the same as far as recomp and how to recomp, but some things change or some things should switch up because we have so much more weight to lose. When I used to hear the word recomp, I used to think it was just for girls who are already kind of fit, but they just wanted to get leaner, like in the next couple weeks for an occasion or just for health purposes. But I realized that recomping can be even for plus size girls, but there are some tips and tricks that are going to help you along the way to get your body adjusted to being in this type of deficit and working out. And I'm gonna be here to spill all the tea. I have some before and after pictures, some more recent as of like me just taking these photos this week and these videos this week. So I look forward to having this video. If this sounds like something you'll be interested in, just keep on watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Y'all are watching the video, but y'all not liking. And also leave me some love down in the comments below if you have any questions, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. First things first is you do need to be in a calorie deficit. However, you do not need to cut that much off the top that quickly. So because you're playing the long game, right? And because you have so much more weight to lose, for my 60 pounds and up girl, if your maintenance calories are 2,800 calories, you should not be dropping your first deficit or your first cut should not be 1,800 calories. That's like 1,000 calories, right? If you're not used to eating in that much of a deficit and working out, okay? Because that's a double entendre situation right there. Being in a deficit and working out, because working out hard is going to increase your appetite, but you have to be disciplined enough to stay within that cut range, okay? Within that deficit range. So You don't want to cut those calories too much. Listen to what I'm telling you. You're going to feel like you're not losing weight. You're going to feel like you're not seeing any progress, okay, with just cutting it by 500 to begin with. I'm telling you, eventually your body is going to maintain and get adjusted to it. And then at that point, you can cut a little bit more. So like, for example, when I first started, my maintenance calories are 2,800. When I first started, I went to 2,300. So I cut 500 calories. Went to 2,300. Out of that 2,300, I had like 250 grams of protein. As like it was like the first week, it was rough on me. The second week, it was rough. The third week, it got better. By the third week, I was like, okay, actually, my stomach started to like, I guess, shrink a little bit because I had started adopting some new healthy habits. And I was just like, okay, I can cut a little bit more because I started to see like the 1 or 2 pounds a week, and then it started to like slow down. So I was like, you know what? I don't need as much food. I'm not feeling as hungry. I had actually gotten to the point where eating that much calories and that much protein was actually starting to make me not feel so good. So I was like, you know what? This is a perfect time to go ahead and cut. So after like the first 3 weeks of my 8-week recomp, I went from 2,300 to, I believe, 21. Went to 2,100 and then got down to like 220 grams of protein. You see how everything is going down? Because really and truly, your protein, and I said this before, it should either be your body weight or it should be your goal weight. So say for instance, if your body weight is 350 pounds, it's likely that you cannot really intake 300 grams of protein. I don't know about you. I can't do it. Maybe there's somebody else who can. So in that case, you eat your goal weight. But because I was 300 pounds, my initial goal weight is 250. Because of course I want to lose 100 pounds, but can we do this in increments so I don't feel overwhelmed? So that's why 250 grams of protein was my first, like my initial protein goal. So after like 3 weeks, my body started adjusting. I didn't need as much food. I wasn't that hungry. Even with me working out 5 times a week, I was like, it started to feel like death a little bit because I'm like, damn, my stomach is popped. Okay, so when you have like fast food and stuff, those are like empty calories. So that stuff doesn't really fill you up. It's not like whole foods. So you can eat a lot more of that type of food, right? Junk food, fast food, things like that. But when you start eating whole foods, you start to get full really, really fast. So I think like 2 to 3 weeks into that one, I was like, okay, the last 2 weeks, it was 3 weeks. The last 2 weeks, what I'm going to do is I want to ramp it up. Last 2 weeks, I was like, I want to go into a strict intermittent fasting because I was intermittent fasting maybe like the 4th week, but I wasn't super, super strict. And I was starting to skip meals a little bit. So the last 2 weeks, I was like, I'm gonna crank it out. We're gonna stick to an extreme intermittent fasting schedule. We're gonna go, I went from 2,200 calories to 18, and then I was at 200 grams of protein. When I tell you that is such a sweet spot, I've been here for 2 weeks and I'm actually about to go ahead and ride it out for another 8 weeks. So, just to give you guys a little tidbit of what my next plans are, because everybody's like, okay, you done recomp for 8 weeks and you lost 25 pounds, hella inches and everything. What are you gonna do now? Well, I wanna lose 100 pounds. So I got 75 more pounds to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm probably gonna bump my calories from 18 to 19 and keep it at 200 grams. And then I'm gonna start there. And I may just stay there for the full 8 weeks or either half and then go back down to like 1,800. So that's exactly what my plan is. My plan is to go back to 1,900 calories because 1,900 is a good spot for me. 200 grams of protein, and I'm gonna ride it out for the 8 weeks, okay? And I may halfway through go back down to 18 because 18 at 200 grams of protein is such a sweet spot. But you know how I found out about that sweet spot is because of trial and error. And this is the thing, you have to be patient enough to be willing to see the results. I am so fixated on seeing how my body transformed that I'm not even worried about the time anymore. That is such a good space to be in. Like, I'm no longer like, oh, well, summer is in 46 days, and I want to hit it hard in the gym and I want to hit it hard with my protein. But at the same time, I'm going to go beyond 46 days. Like my next 8-week process, my next 8-week recomp is going to go beyond the summer into the fall, into the winter again. And hopefully by the end of the year, I will have gotten at least a third weight of my 100 pounds, or if not full weight of 100 pounds. So I am really determined and I'm excited for the future, but that is exactly what my plans are. I am going back into another 8-week recomp, but this time with a new set of calories and a new protein goal. My workouts are going to stay the same because my workouts, I'm going to tell you right now, my workouts are so effective. I'm going to see if I can make like a workout video, but y'all, I do the same workouts 5 times a week, every week, and for 8 weeks. And when I tell you, they are so chef's kiss. I got the split squats. I got regular like RDLs. I got regular squats, sumo squats. Like, I got a lot of great workouts that are working out for me. And when I tell you, I stick to the same thing. That is tip number 2. Be consistent, keep it simple, do the same thing every day. Y'all, I cannot tell you, I'm going to make a what I eat in a day video on Monday, which is tomorrow. I cannot tell you how having the same meals prepared every day has kept me on track. Every now and then, like last night, I celebrated my 8 weeks and I went to have ramen. I wanted ramen so bad. Guess what? I did not feel bad about having ramen and a glass of whiskey. You want to know why? Because that is life. And that's the beauty about recomping, is when you're recomping, you don't feel like you're on a diet. Like, your food is flavorful. You got good chunks, amounts of food. You don't feel deprived. So I felt absolutely cool stepping out, getting cute, and going to get some ramen and some ragoons and, some ginger beer and stuff like that. I felt really good. And this morning I woke up maybe a little gassy, but I woke up and I didn't feel no type of way. I just got back into it. This has literally become a lifestyle for me. Can I just tell y'all, when the girlies be like, oh, like being healthy and being fit, this is a lifestyle, it really is. And that's why a lot of people who are healthy and they're into fitness, they make it like their job. And they make it their job because it becomes your lifestyle. Like, how can I explain it? Literally, this is how my days go, y'all. Wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, fix my hair, put on a little makeup, go to my desk, check my emails, do a little bit of work, do my gym snack, figure out what I'm gonna wear at the gym, figure out if I'm gonna bring my tripod, look over my workout schedule, do a little more work, maybe an hour or 2 of work, and I'm talking about my 9 to 5 work. Plan to go to the gym. My entire day is focused around my gym time. Yes. My peak time to go to the gym is between 12 to like 3. So I can go 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and feel good. Okay. Anytime after that, I start feeling a little sluggish. And even before that, I start to feel a little sluggish. So everything I do, even my work meetings and everything I got going on, I focus it and I hone it around me going to the gym. Okay. What I'm wearing, do I got fresh socks? Are my shoes clean? Are my shirts clean? My sports bra clean? Do I got my pre-workout? Do I have enough vitamins? It has literally taken over my life, but in such a good way. So that is something that you got to look forward to, it actually changing your life. Workout gear. So a lot of girls have been asking me about workout gear. I've left a link down below to all of my workout gear. I've gotten all of my workout gear from Amazon. The reason I got all of my workout gear from Amazon is because it's durable and it's good. Like the quality is good. The price was good as well. And because I'm transitioning, I don't quite feel comfortable going to the gym with just you know how the sexy gym girls go to the gym. I'm not there quite yet. Like I don't feel 100% comfortable. But to me, the workout clothes that I wear, they're still super cute. They're still super stylish. I'm matching all the time. I'm never not matching. And so I feel like it's really comfortable, and that's important to me right now. Being comfortable is extremely important to me, because if I'm not comfortable in my clothes aren't fresh, they're not clean, it deters me from wanting to go. Also, having a good playlist, having good music. When I tell you my playlist goes crazy in the gym. Do you hear me? Goes crazy. And I'm obsessed with it. Having good shoes. Now, if you are lifting, which I highly recommend, and we're going to talk about that soon. If you're lifting, you want to have some shoes that are really, really flat, or some people even take off their shoes in the gym. I happen to be one of those people sometimes, depending on what shoes I'm wearing, but I try to wear my super low to the ground tennis shoes on the days that I know I have lower body, because on lower body, I do a lot more squatting of heavy weights. So it's much better to be more flat-footed on the ground than it is to be elevated on some type of shoes. You need some shoes with some flexibility and straight to the ground. Weight training. Okay, let's talk about this. I have just recently started taking some creatine because I heard that it was going to help me as far as performance. And boy, did they not lie. The creatine has been kicking in to the point where I actually think I can put a little more, because I put a little bit because I wasn't sure. I did all the research and I felt good about it. But I was like, let me start with a little dosage. Now I think I could go ahead and do the full dosage. I think they tell you like a teaspoon, a rounded teaspoon. And I think I'm about ready for that. And I'm so happy that I've started taking creatine, because my performance in the gym has been through the roof. I take creatine in a smoothie right after the gym. Some people take it before, but I've heard and done some research that there are much better effects taking creatine post-workout. So I just do it because it works for me. You got to do what works for you. As long as you get the creatine in every single day, maybe around the same time, I don't see an issue with doing it before or after. Lifting is so important. I used to hear some of the silliest things. Like, even to this day, I got close family and friends who talk about me like a dog, because they're like, you want to be a big bodybuilder, muscle head type girl. And when I tell you, that could be the furthest thing from the truth, okay? I've actually never felt more feminine in my life, okay? The way that lifting heavy makes me feel. Though lifting heavy makes me feel super feminine. And I cannot stress that enough. Feeling feminine is so important to me, and looking feminine is so important to me. I wouldn't dare put my body through anything that will make me look otherwise. People are not thinking clearly when they say silly things like that. First of all, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, lift and lift heavy, okay? Keep up with how much weight you're doing so that you are not being repetitive, and so that you actually know that you're growing and pushing yourself. That's important. I just recently started doing that maybe 2 weeks ago. Significant difference, because and that was something that I messed up. Like, I messed up a lot on this 8-week recomp, but I'm going in with so much knowledge on my second portion of the recomp. I'm gonna tell you right now, taking creatine has helped me with my performance, but also writing down and tracking, okay, the last time I came in here and I did RDLs, my last set of 10 was with a 45, with 2 45s. So the next time I come in, I'm gonna do 50 or 55. Make sure not only are you tracking your meals, but you're tracking your workouts, especially if you work out by yourself. If you don't have a trainer, you writing down your progress in the gym, it's going to help you. It's going to save you. Trust me. However, when they talk about, back to what the people talk about, do not listen to people. If you're a plus size girl, you do need to be lifting heavy. Let me tell you that women do not produce enough testosterone to bulk up like that. The only time women tend to bulk up like that is if they're taking some type of supplemental things, or if they're eating in an extreme calorie surplus. You're trying to lose weight, so you're eating at a deficit and lifting heavy. So that means you losing body fat, okay, and building muscle with your protein, but then you're also building that muscle in the gym. Like you understand what I'm saying? It's just no way. Do not listen to people. People are very ignorant in that space, thinking that big girls or women in general, whether you're big or not, don't need to lift heavy. And actually you do. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Lifting heavy has actually changed my life, not just my body, not just reshaping my body and giving me a whole new physique, but girl, y'all know that I had issues with my fibroids, okay? Super heavy periods. My periods lasted for 2-3 weeks sometimes. I was bleeding through tampons, pads, everything, you name it. It was miserable. And I refused to get the fibroids removed, okay? That was another match that lit the fire up under me to do this, is because I refused to get my fibroids removed, because I'm like, I'm gonna go through all that damn pain to get this open myomectomy surgery. Doctor telling me I need to remove uterus because there's so many Listen, I don't want nobody cutting on me. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to take care of myself. The fibroids are going to grow back after surgery. Yeah. 90% of women I know, their fibroids done grew back. I'm not going through that bullshit. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing it. So anyways, I decided that I was going to do it myself. And a part of me doing it myself, let me tell you what has happened. My periods are no longer 2 to 3 weeks long. My periods, I am no longer soaking through tampons and pads in an hour. My periods have gone damn near back to normal. Yeah. So if somebody telling you about don't lift heavy, don't listen to that shit. You better lift heavy. You better do what you need to do to improve your physique and to get into the best shape of your life. Trust me, your older self is going to thank you for lifting heavy in your early ages. So have at it. Another thing is tracking food. I track my food every single day. When I first started, I was not tracking my food. I was weighing my food, but I wasn't tracking it. So I was like keeping all the calories and all the protein count and stuff in my head. But I wasn't tracking it. I was just, like I said, I was measuring it, but I wasn't tracking it. Y'all, about 3 weeks in, I was like, I need to start tracking it. I started tracking it and realizing that I was overeating. Yeah, I was getting in the amount of protein I needed, but I was still overeating. And so that allowed me to see that, I need to get better protein options that aren't super high in like fat and, carbs. And it helps shift my mind to, okay, I need to get a cleaner version of this. I need to do better version of this. And it was just way better for me. And so I said all that to say that, please, I know it feels like, and this is what's going to help you. This is what's going to help you. I know it sounds like a lot. You're like, damn, track my workouts and track my eating. I know it sounds so overwhelming. Trust me, I know it was a headache. Let me tell you what helped me. Eating the same damn thing every time. If I eat the same damn thing every day, MyFitnessPal have it to where you can, whatever you ate the day before, if you ate the exact same thing, you can kind of like transfer it over real quick. Honey, eating the same thing every single day is going to save you. Trust me what I'm telling you. It's going to save you. So I said all that to say, eat the same thing every day so that tracking is kind of sort of out your mind. Also, you do need to have a scale, a food scale. A food scale is very important. I'll put mine down below. You're going to need a food scale. You're also going to need to know how much water you're intaking. If you're not taking in enough water, no, you need the water because it's going to flush you out. It's going to keep things regular. It's going to keep things nice and oiled up in your body. You're going to need the water. This is one area that I'm hoping that I get better in, that I've gotten better since 8 weeks ago, but I'm like, damn, I want to see some more progress. My mobility. Let me drink some water on that. Nobody really discusses mobility and how important it is to be mobile and flexible. I'll say both. They're important because when you lift heavy, you need to, okay, so first of all, let's talk about a squat, because a squat is going to be something everybody is going to have to do on their journey. Maturing is learning that you're going to have egg whites and you're going to have to squat at some point in your journey. When you squat, right, it has to be a certain openness, a certain flexibility, a certain mobility in like your hip area, like in this area right here. Because if it's too tight, you're not going to be able to squat low. You're not going to be able to get low in the squat. Now, take your time, because I have 8 weeks in, I'm much lower and I have much better form squatting heavy than I did before. However, the steeper you get in that squat, the more results you'll see. So right now I'm working on in my next 8 weeks. One thing I'm going to be really focusing on is working on my mobility. I bought some Pilates. I'm like, I'm going to start following, because I seen Aaliyah's face following a girl who does like free Pilates on YouTube. I got a mat. I'm just going to get those blocks, those yoga blocks. I'm going to get some like little accessories, and I'm going to dedicate doing some mobility working out, which is Pilates, because Pilates make you do a lot of stretching and stuff, and even like some yoga. I'm going to really prioritize doing that, and I'm even going to go as far as doing some in classes, because I feel like if I do in classes, I'll be more inclined to stretching deeper than I would as opposed to being at home by myself. So the next 8 week recomp I'm going to do, and let me know if you guys want to do an 8 week recomp challenge. I will just say that you're going to have to work on that mobility and that flexibility, because it's going to be rough. Like, it's going to be rough. Mobility and flexibility is so important. I didn't want to leave that out. Work on your form versus weights. That's important. I used to go heavy at the beginning because I felt like I could lift it, but my form wasn't all the way where it should be. So then I took a step back, like my 6th week, I took a step back and was like, listen, I want to get my form down packed before I start adding on weights. Also making sure you have anywhere between 5 to 6 workouts when you go to the gym. I've said this before, doing cardio is important. You do not have to kill yourself on cardio. So if you're gonna do like an hour and 10 minutes training, lifting heavy, you can do 20 to 30 minutes on a treadmill and see optimal results. You do not have to be on a Stairmaster for an hour. The people lied, okay? You just need enough just to burn you up something. When I'm on the treadmill for 20 minutes, I'm usually burning anywhere between 200 to 300 calories. And I know it has a lot to do with the fact that I'm heavy. So my body is exerting a lot more. Yours may be different. But me being on a treadmill for 20 minutes, I've now bumped it up to 30 minutes. It has helped me significantly. When I first started, I was doing 15 minutes. And see, this is what I talk about the gradual increases. You know, when you're on these diets and you're trying to, I can't even talk on that stuff. That stuff pisses me off, the way people are really hyping this GLP situation up. And it's just like, just so everybody could be skinny, but nobody is healthy, like I said. And so there's a big difference. And people aren't fit. People aren't fit. People are just skinny. People aren't fit. And this is the beauty about gradually doing things. You start to learn so much about yourself. You start to learn what you can tolerate, what you can't. You start building strengths that you didn't even know you had. It's really a beautiful thing, doing it the right way, taking the long walk home. It's nothing like it. I'm so happy and I'm so excited that I'm done with my 8 weeks, but y'all, that was just the beginning. That was just the beginning. I look forward to the next 8 weeks. I'm going to actually start the 8 weeks on Monday because tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I feel like I'm going to pig out just a little bit. Just do a little something, but not too much. But I normally start on Sundays, but I want to start on Mondays because Mondays just feel more legit. So I'm going to start on Monday. My recomp, that's on the 13th, I believe. Is that? No, that's on the 12th. That's on the 12th. So that's when my new 8 weeks start. So yeah, you guys, let me know if this was helpful. I put in as much videos and photos as I possibly could. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you are watching this and you're a mother, happy Mother's Day. And until next time,